Identifying functions defined by graphs and equations. So to be a function, we have to remember that there's one output for every unique input. So in other words, we can't have two outputs for the same input. Another way of saying that is we can't have two x values show up. One way to tell this on a graph is through what's called the vertical line test. And we referred to this a little bit in another video, but if you haven't seen it, here's what it is. So given a specific graph, what we're looking for is that with any vertical line across the entire graph, we're only hitting one point of the graph at a time for it to be considered a function. So for example, something like this, I can sit here and have vertical lines through it, and anywhere I go at any given point or any line that's vertical through it will only pass through one point. So the vertical line here will only pass through this point. The vertical line here will only pass through this point. So it doesn't hit 2 points at the same time. So this passes the vertical line test, meaning it is indeed a function. Given, for example, something like this, a circle, well, if I have a vertical line, at any point on this graph, it's going to hit more than 1 point. Therefore, this, when we're considering is it or is it not a function, is not a function. So another example of a function would be something like a parabola. But if we take that same parabola and turn it the other direction, you're going to hit more than 1 point, not a function. Same idea is that if we have a scatter plot and we have a bunch of points on our graph, see, these are our points all scattered, but there's 2 points that line up, all it has to do is happen once, and it's not a function. So the vertical line test given a graph is a great way to tell if something is or is not a function.